Given some of the childish stunts, and that is perhaps the most underplayed way of referring to it of Rahul Gandhi, given the childish, immature, sometimes malicious, unthinking, unpredictable, irrational, duplicitous stunts of Rahul Gandhi of late, especially in this session of Parliament and in the build-up to that, some people believe that the notice by a BJP member of Parliament for a substantive motion against Rahul Gandhi, which has been given by BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, is a good thing. I'm not giving my view on that, but it can theoretically lead to Rahul Gandhi's expulsion from Parliament by a majority vote. What does Nishikant Dubey want? He wants an inquiry by a parliamentary panel into Rahul Gandhi's quote-unquote continual misdeeds for destabilizing the country. And he says, given all of this, that he is trying to create a thuggery gang to destabilize India. He should be expelled from elections for the rest of his life. In his notice, Dubey has accused Rahul Gandhi of being a major constituent in the thuggery gang to destabilize India from within. And he has said that this book-related claim that was made by Gandhi with an quote-unquote ulterior motive, he's referring to the Naravane controversy, ulterior motive to defame the Indian army vis-a-vis the Ministry of Defence, along with shamefully involving the Prime Minister. More importantly, and now we are going into detail, Nishikant Dubey, the Member of Parliament, mentions in the notice, and he's going to have to prove this, so this is getting extremely serious about Rahul Gandhi, that Rahul Gandhi has engaged with the Soros Foundation, 1, the Ford Foundation, 2, and USAID, 3, and that he has traveled to countries such as Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the United States of America to engage in anti-India activities. All of this getting extremely serious. He says that Rahul Gandhi, with the help of foreign organizations, has, quote, very cleverly to capture the most pious dais of Parliament to foment public sentiments, levelling unsubstantiated allegations, not only against the Election Commission, but against the Honorable Supreme Court, lowering the dignity of government, so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, is this allowed? Technically, it is allowed under Parliamentary Procedure Chapter 27, General Rules of Procedure number 342. Rahul Gandhi may not know such things, which allows such a procedure to disqualify a member of Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, technically Rahul Gandhi faces a real threat of expulsion because NDA has the edge on numbers. Now, I am not saying that pass a motion against Rahul Gandhi or expel him. But one thing is clear. The BJP is getting a little fed up and the government is getting a little fed up of some activities of Rahul Gandhi. Some BJP leaders that they may have, I suspect that he is in a way their biggest asset. That considering that he's a liability to his own party and its growth, therefore, having Rahul Gandhi in place is good for them. But regardless of the politics behind this, which I am not concerned about, I am concerned about whether Rahul Gandhi is against the nation. I am deeply concerned whether we have a leader of the opposition who is against India and against the nation. And I think it is high time not just to check whether he has these foreign links, but to also ask very deeply whether we can have a leader of the opposition who believes that India is not a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to play you a clip. My problem here is, people say, do you have an issue with Rahul Gandhi? Why should I? He couldn't face me when I met him in an interview. He was clearly either underprepared or unable to speak equally to me. But the issue is this. When he says India is not a nation, I have a problem, and I'm absolutely sure you have a problem. Listen to this clip. Remember, this is not fiction. I'm not making it up. These are the spoken words of Rahul Gandhi. I'll play only 2 sound bites. Here's the first one.
India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is, India, that is Bharat, is a union of states.
Let me take this further. He says, India, according to Rahul Gandhi, is not a nation. It is a union of states. Further, on another occasion, he says India is a constant negotiation between states. When you say we are not a nation and you follow up by saying that we are a constant negotiation, you are basically directly undermining the sovereignty of India, the borders of India, the territorial boundaries of India, and the idea of India as a nation. Now, can you have a leader of the opposition who believes it's a negotiation between states? Ladies and gentlemen, is it? If you're watching this program, you could be watching it, for example, in Assam, in Karnataka, in Sikkim, or in Rajasthan. Do you believe that the people of Rajasthan are constantly negotiating with the people of Assam? The people of Assam are constantly negotiating with the people of Sikkim. The people of Sikkim are constantly negotiating with the people of Delhi or Madhya Pradesh on whether we should be part of the Indian Union. That is a crazy idea, but more than crazy, it would be crazy if anybody says it. But when a presently leader of the opposition says it, it becomes an extremely destructive idea. The idea is these ideas are not fissile. These ideas are aimed at disintegrating the country from within. I, therefore, do not find it amusing anymore. You can say the constant attempt by Rahul Gandhi to say that, we are like the United States, we are like the European Union, we are not a nation. I think these are matters of concern. If you say that India is a multiplicity of ideas, but we are not a nation. Look at this soundbite. He'll say we are a multiplicity of ideas, almost making India into an abstract thought, but not a political nation. We have to accept we are a nation. Look at this abstract formulation, for example.
The RSS believes that India is one idea. And we believe that India is a multiplicity of ideas. By the way, very much like the United States.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, why would you say we are like the United States? Would anybody in the United States say that the United States of America is not a nation? What would be the cost of saying in the US that we are not a nation? Rahul Gandhi thinks this is going to work in the US. It won't. When he says we are like the European Union, he basically is trying to say that there are some things that may loosely bind us together. But just like Germany and Italy are separate nations, he's trying to create some kind of subnationalism. And he believes that creating subnationalism creates anarchy, some level of fissile anarchy in the country, and within that anarchic process will be his political relevance. It is unfortunate that we have a leader today who has not been able to accept that India is a unified nation. Ladies and gentlemen, these issues are what Parliament must debate. And Rahul Gandhi cannot answer in some form of an abstraction. It is a problem I have when he says he tries to divide the army on caste lines. When he says एक गरीब का बेटा होगा आर्मी जवान, एक दलित का बेटा होगा, एक आदिवासी का बेटा होगा, एक पिछड़ों का, एक गरीब caste, general caste. He's trying to divide the Indian army on caste lines. The moment I heard that, I said this gentleman is working with a very dangerous agenda. Imagine, viewers, and not imagine, accept the reality that Rahul Gandhi says India is not a nation. And Rahul Gandhi has tried to break up the country on caste lines. And Rahul Gandhi has signed a secret agreement with the Chinese Communist Party, which is essentially the Chinese establishment. Just 3 points. Put these 3 points together and ask yourself, should there not be a substantial debate on Rahul Gandhi himself, what he stands for, if anything at all? And if he stands for nothing, is it possible that someone like him, a political lightweight, could be used by those who are against the nation? Think about it.